My name is Warren Roberts. I'm at Rio Hondo College in Los Angeles County. And this is an exercise that I'd like to share that we performed last year after students were unable to access the lab on campus. We had to look at other measures to permit students to complete lessons. The objectives were to process imagery and extract features to determine distribution patterns. And in this case, we were using ArcGIS Pro. In this exercise, we wanted to make it available to where students could perform the lesson online or locally using some tools that can be performed on both Windows or Mac. So the question here is, how can we perform this? So normally what we do is we provide them imagery like I have here of Joshua Tree. This is captured at about 150 feet and processed using Pix4D. And from here we would have them identify where the Joshua trees are and determine the distribution patterns. And there are a variety of different tools we can use, both with Esri and other sources. So what we looked at was using the Pix4D online cloud and processed the orthomosaic. And then with the orthomosaic, we wanted to use some tools and extract features. We found that Pictera permitted us to upload the orthomosaic. And this exercise here will walk you through if you want to go through it yourself. So in this exercise with the Joshua trees, the tools we used were ArcGIS Pro. And we processed the imagery using Pix4D. In ArcGIS Pro, we generated tools to classify features and extract, in this case, Joshua trees. And then using some of the distribution analysis tools, we determined what is the distribution pattern. And here is a view of the Joshua trees. And you can see there's a mixture of a creosote, yucca, and then this is a Joshua tree. And going through the tools, we're able to generate these points. So in this case, we decided to use molehills. And my colleague, Don McFarlane, is an ecologist. We do research together over the years. And he is a fan of Harry Potter. And he was out at a field in England doing some research and saw that there were a number of different features in the field. And one of those features that was prominent was the molehills. So he figured this would be a great exercise. So he captured the data and provided me the data for this lesson. And I'll walk you through the steps. And again, this link here will allow you to do the same thing. So we're going to use the Pix4D, and then we're going to use Pictera. And then we're going to use a free tool that we can download called PAST. And I'll demonstrate that briefly. So if you're unfamiliar with orthomosaics, it's where we take multiple images which have a location. In this case, from a drone, has the X, Y, and Z, and any angle from which the camera was in flying. And we can generate a accurate measurement of features from directly above, unlike the perspective view here on the right. On the left here, you can see this is the perspective view. On the right here, this is the orthomosaic generated from, I think in this case, 705 images. This is at Rio Hondo College with students of mine in July 2019 for GS 130. So that was performed using Pix4D. And Pix4D you can install locally. You can also use Drone to Map, Esri. So I obtained the data from this gentleman, Professor McFarlane, and he collected the data using a DJI Spark at 150 feet. And he collected the data, brought back the SIM card from the drone, and then I assembled a lesson. If you want to do any of this professionally, of course, you need to have your FA 107 license in the United States, and that's relatively easy to do. So in this case, if you want to go through the lesson, you can download it here and upload it to Pix4D. You can make a temporary free account. And then going through the process is pretty straightforward. You can see I have a demonstration right here. It will give you an orthomosaic image far better than what you probably find like here in the background on Google Earth. And you can examine what the results look like here on Pix4D Cloud. You can see there are the molehills. You can even see there are some horseshoe prints going through here. So once it's processed, you download the GeoTIFF. And then we upload to a service called Picterra. And again, this is entirely up online. You make a temporary free account. There's a short guide here how to use it. And you can see me performing the same lesson. The idea is to identify what is a molehill and what is not a molehill. Essentially, you are training an artificial intelligence dashboard. And the result will be features you can download, actually shapefiles. And in my case, I determined there were 108. You may have 200. It really depends on how you train the dashboard. And you can see examples of where they're using this up online. Finally, then I downloaded the shapefile of these points, of these molehill locations. And I then downloaded, installed PAST. It's a statistical tool, free, very powerful, and can run on a Mac or a Windows computer. And uploading into the software the XYZ locations from the shapefile, it generated a pretty impressive statistical tool that normally I'd be using ArcGIS Pro. And here you can see the demonstration of me performing the exercise. If you want more information, here's my email and here's our website.